Alright, today solving for y and graphing linear equations. Your learning target is I can solve an equation for y. I can also graph a linear equation using a table. So with this one here, let's just solve for y. Now you're trying to get y by itself. It's right there. In order to solve it, you're going to subtract 4x to both sides. And you're going to have a minus 2y equals a minus 4x and plus 14. Let's put the x's in front of the numbers. And then to get rid of y, or get y by itself, I have to divide everything by negative 2 because that's the inverse operation. Multiply is divide by negative 2 in this case. And you'll get y equals 2x minus 7. Next one here, same idea. We're going to get y by itself. In order to get y by itself, it just so happens that I will subtract 4x first again. So we'll have a negative 3y equals a minus 4x plus 5. And then I will divide by negative 3. So in this case, it'll be x equals positive 4/3 x minus 5/3. You could have a plus negative 5/3 if you want. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. And this one right here, let's just subtract 2x to both sides. And you'll get y equals negative 2x minus 1. This last one, if I just divide everything by 4, you'll get y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1/4. Now if you would rather have it as y equals negative and have the x on top over 2 minus 1/4, that's also okay. So first one, we already have it equal to y, so we're going to have the 2x minus 3. In other words, I'm going to put numbers in for the x, and those numbers I'm usually going to use negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So putting those numbers in there, it'll be 2 times negative 2 minus 3, which is negative 7. And then it'll be 2 times negative 1 minus 3, which is negative 5. And then it'll be 2 times 0 minus 3, which is negative 3. It'll be 2 times 1 minus 3, which is negative 1. It'll be 2 times 2 minus 3, which is positive 1. Then you're going to graph it. So 2 down 7. Negative 1 down 5. 0 down 3. 1 down 1. And 2 up 1. Now these will form a straight line. You will connect the dots because there are infinite number of possibilities. We just chose 5 of them. And you'll extend them with arrows at the end to show the continuation. Now this one here, let us solve for y first. So I will subtract 2x to both sides. And I'll be left with a minus y equals a minus 2x minus 1. And then divide everything by negative 1. To get y equals 2x plus 1. Using the same numbers, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. I'm actually going to cross off that y and put it in the next column over. And I will put the 2x plus 1 here. Putting the numbers in for x, I'll have 2 times negative 2 plus 1. And that would be negative 3. Then I'll go 2 times negative 1 plus 1, which is negative 1. It'll be 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. It'll be 2 times 1 plus 1, plus 1 is 3. And then it'll be 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 5. Graph these points. Negative 2 down 3. Negative 1 down 1. 0 up 1. 1 up 3. And then 2 up 5. Connect the dots. Arrows with the extension. Next page. Yeah, this one, let's subtract x to both sides. And you're left with 2y equals a minus x plus 6. And then divide everything by 2. And you will have y equals a minus x over 2 plus 3. Now the fact that you have a division of 2 means I'm going to, instead of using negative 2, negative 3, I'm negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. I'm going to use negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, and 4 because 2 goes into both of them and we're going to divide it by 2. And then again, I'm going to extend the table just a little bit here and put the y in that extension, and this one will be a minus x over 2 plus 3, or negative 1/2 x. So anyways, we will have a minus negative 4 over 2 plus 3, which is 5. We'll have a minus negative 2 over 2 plus 3, which is 4. We'll have a negative 0 over 2 plus 3, which is 3. We'll have a negative 2 over 2 plus 3, which is 2. And we will have a negative 4 over 2 plus 3, which is 1. Graph these points. Negative 4 up 5, negative 2 up 4, 0 up 3, 2 up 2, 4 up 1. Extend the lines, dots, and arrows. Next one here. This one you could think of it as negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, but you'll always get a 2 for the y value. The reason why is because that's what y equals, negative 2. And if you graphed it, negative 2. You'll go down to every x value go down 2, and you'll have a horizontal line. And that's actually one of them. Y equals a number, it will be a horizontal line there. Likewise, if it's x equals a number, it'll be a vertical line. In this case, it'll be a vertical line at 5. In other words, every one of these points here have an x value of 5 but different y values, so they'll all be 5s for x's. But like that point right there is 7, that point right there is, we'll say 2, that one looks like negative 1, that point right there looks like negative 4, another point right there looks like, well, negative 6. In other words, the y values vary, but all the x values will always be 5. And then our last point right here, if we have a normal equation, we'll use negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. If we have a x over 3 in this case, we'll use multiples of 3, negative 6, negative 3, 0, 3, 6. If we have, let's say, 7 on the bottom, we'll have multiples of 7. So there you go.